If your aloe looks droopy, spotted, or just plain miserable, sugar, it's not you. It's the advice you've been given. All that talk about cactus mix and only water once a month, that's how folks end up with plants that look half dead and wonder why. Truth is, aloes don't want to live in a desert. They want to live well. They're tougher than they look, but they still need food, air, and a little bit of pampering. I'm going to show you how to stop starving your aloes and start growing the big, juicy, happy kind that make all your friends jealous. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to give them what they've been begging for: rich soil, the right light, and enough drainage to dance through a Florida thunderstorm. Now let's get down to it and bless the hearts of everyone who told you to plant these beauties in sand. Well, bless their hearts. Some folks really do believe aloes should live in cactus mix, dry, lifeless, crumbly stuff that barely qualifies as soil. No wonder so many of these poor plants look half-starved. The truth is, aloes love a rich potting mix as long as it drains well. Think of it like a good southern meal, hearty but not greasy. Now don't go dumping garden dirt in there. That's too heavy and it holds onto water like a swamp. Instead, grab a bag of regular potting mix and stir in plenty of perlite. That keeps the roots breathing easy and prevents the soil from packing down tight. See, drainage is the real secret, not poor soil. In the right setup, an aloe can take those Florida summer rains like a champ and still look gorgeous afterward. Out there, they practically grow in concrete. What keeps them happy is that the water runs off, not that the dirt's barren. So stop starving your aloe, sugar. Give them a proper meal and a place to drain their drink, and they'll plump up prettier than ever. Watering. Now here's where most folks drown their aloes in love. They think a good plant mama keeps that soil wet, but that's the quickest way to send your aloe straight to the grave. These plants don't need constant attention. What they want is a deep drink, then plenty of time to breathe before the next one. When you water, soak it through until a little runs out the bottom. Then wait. Let the soil get almost bone dry. Not powdery desert dust, just mostly dry down deep. You can check with your finger or lift the pot. You'll feel when it's light enough. If you wait too long every time, your aloe will survive, but it won't like it. Constant drought weakens those leaves and makes them thin and dull. Use room temperature water too. Cold water shocks the roots like jumping into an icy lake. And don't let water sit trapped underneath. Remember, aloes grow wild in Florida rains, 5 months of heavy downpours, and they thrive because the water drains away fast. Drainage, not deprivation, keeps them happy. Light. Light makes or breaks an aloe. These plants love bright, indirect sunlight, the kind that feels warm on your arm but doesn't sting your skin. Stick one right in a blazing window and you'll end up with brown, crispy tips. Tuck it too far into a corner and those leaves stretch and flop like they're begging for help. A south or west facing window is usually perfect. If your space doesn't get much light, a small grow light will do wonders. Even a few hours a day keeps your aloe firm and upright instead of limp and pale. Every couple of weeks, give the pot a little quarter turn. Aloes lean toward the light just like we all lean toward comfort food, and rotating helps them stay even and balanced. You'll know you've got it right when the leaves stay plump, upright, and that perfect healthy green. A happy aloe doesn't need to stretch, scorch, or complain. It just quietly soaks up the sunshine and grows prettier every day. Pot choice. Let's talk pots, because the right one can make the difference between a thriving aloe and a soggy mess. Terracotta or clay pots are your best friends here. They breathe, they wick away moisture, and they help the soil dry out just right. Plastic pots hold water too long, and that's a one-way ticket to root rot. But even the perfect pot can't save your aloe if you break this next rule. Never, ever let it sit in a saucer of water. That completely cancels out the drainage holes. The roots end up stewing in a little swamp, and before you know it, your aloe's melting from the bottom up. If you're worried about water spots on your table, use something waterproof underneath. A plant stand, a tray with pebbles, or, honestly, furniture that can take moisture. Protect the furniture in a way that doesn't allow water to collect around the plant. Choose a pot that's wide and sturdy at the base so a mature aloe won't tip over, but it doesn't need to be shallow. And every 2 or 3 years, give it a fresh pot and new mix. That's all the pampering it really needs. Temperature and humidity. Aloes are tough, but they've got their comfort zone. They like it warm. Anywhere between 55 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit is just fine. Once the temperature drops below 50 though, they start pouting. And if frost hits, you can kiss that plant goodbye. If you keep yours outside for summer, bring it in before the first cold snap, not after. On the flip side, don't stick your aloe next to a heater vent or a drafty window. Those sudden bursts of hot or cold air stress it out and dry the leaf tips. Now, humidity. Outside, these plants can handle the muggiest southern afternoon you can imagine. 100% humidity and all. The difference is air movement. Out in nature, there's always a breeze whisking moisture away. Indoors, air tends to sit still, and that stagnant dampness invites fungus, rot, and misery. So, indoors, aim for average household humidity with some airflow. A small fan nearby or even just spacing your plants apart helps. Keep the air moving, keep the temp steady, and your aloe will stay as comfortable as a front porch in springtime. Fertilizer. Now, aloes aren't picky eaters, but they do appreciate a little something now and then. Think of fertilizer as a side dish, not the whole buffet. Feed your aloe twice a year, once in spring, once in summer, when it's actively growing. That's all it needs. Use a balanced fertilizer at half strength. A 10-10-10 or 20-20-20 mix works great. Full strength might look fine on the label, but it's too much for these easygoing plants. Too much food makes the leaves soft and floppy instead of firm and strong. Skip the fertilizer in fall and winter. That's the plant's resting season, and it doesn't want to be force-fed when it's trying to nap. If you'd rather stay natural, compost tea or diluted worm castings are gentle options that feed the soil while avoiding buildup. So keep it light, keep it simple, and let your aloe tell you when it's happy. When those leaves are thick, upright, and that good healthy green, you'll know you've hit the sweet spot. Reading and trimming leaves. Your aloe will tell you exactly how it feels. You just have to learn its language. When the leaves start looking thin or wrinkled, that's its way of saying, "Hey, I'm thirsty." Give it a good soak and it'll plump back up in no time. If the leaves are soft or brown at the base, that means too much water. The roots are drowning and the plant's trying to tell you before it gives up completely. In that case, ease off the watering, or if it's really bad, pull it out, trim the rotten roots, and repot in dry mix. Now, if you see reddish or scorched spots, that's too much direct sun. A little filtered light will fix that. As for trimming, be careful. Every cut you make will brown as it calluses, and that's normal, but it also means the leaf will never look flawless again. Trim only when it's needed for the plant's health, not just to make it pretty. A few scars give your aloe character. Healthy beats perfect every time, and a happy aloe wears its little imperfections with pride. When you get right down to it, aloes aren't delicate at all. They're survivors, built for sunshine, rain, and just enough attention to know they're loved. What they truly need isn't complicated. Nutritious soil, smart watering, strong light, and great drainage. That's it. You don't have to treat them like cacti, and you sure don't have to keep them on a starvation diet. Give them a comfortable home with room to breathe and a chance to dry out between drinks, and they'll reward you with firm, vibrant leaves that seem to glow from the inside. In the wild, they can take pounding summer rain, blistering sun, even a little neglect, because the ground drains fast and the air keeps moving. Recreate that balance, and your aloe will thrive for years without complaint. So stop starving your aloe, sugar. Feed them well, let the water run through, and give them that bright, breezy life they were born for. You'll end up with a plant that looks so good, folks will swear you've got a secret. But really, you just learned the ground truth.